How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are taking down the Kid Gohan from the new Supreme Magnificent Battle. We are doing 6 terrifying Conquerors for this mission, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little tricky. Now, Gohan does not super, although we can seal him, which is strange. Uh, but he does drop our HP by 50% every single turn. So we're going to run 6 Terrifying Conquerors here to try to take him down. Now the nice thing is, Terrifying Conquerors is not as restrictive as okay, yeah, so you can see, so he also has crit too, and I'm not entirely sure how much exactly of the defense that he ignores, but it is a significant amount. So just be aware of that as you're dealing with him. So every turn, 50% HP loss, and his normals deal crit damage, which means you can potentially take a lot of damage if you don't have high damage reduction on your characters. But this is the team we got. So once again, just like with the Goku fight, you know, just like with the Goku fight, these guys are the cooler is high key, is very useful for the fight because of his high damage reduction and the additional amount of supers that he does. Excellent. Okay. All right, so he can't. Unfortunately, he can be defense lowered. So I mean, getting Cooler's tech orbs can help with that. It can also help seal, but again, he doesn't have a super attack, so it's kind of irrelevant. Now, I am looking, though, at the Dokkan stats here, and it does note that he crits, but it still doesn't mention how much of his crits ignore defense. There we go. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to keep Golden Frieza in slot 1 here. There's a bunch of attacks in slot 2, which is good for the Int Frieza. And then I guess we'll float Cooler here. It is a little bit of a tricky fight. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little bit of a tricky fight. Is we basically have to stall out until we can use Giant Form on Goma and on the Metal Cooler. Honestly, it would be best if they were both on separate rotations, but it honestly doesn't matter because there's no super attack. We're literally just, look at that, with 90% damage reduction turn, like we're still taking that much from Gohan's normals. There we go. Oof, okay, getting kind of scary here, not dodging these attacks. Yeah, so the build up on the end Frieza is mostly for the offense. The defense isn't going to change, right? It's all about that damage reduction for those defense. You'll also know we brought Tech Credits, and that is for the Int Frieza's passive. He needs a Saiyan Saga or Namek Saga character, so Tech Frieza or Tech Credits helps for that. Plus floating support, it never hurts. Okay, yeah. So yeah, as you can see, we drop and we're not in a good place here. All right, so I think we're gonna take the tech orbs here, or actually, you know what? The fizz would be really good because that could heal. We could heal as we attack. Yeah, let's take that. But let's giant form it up here so we can get double support. Remember, right? If we use an attack or if we pick an orb, use a giant form, we can pick a second orb and get both effects with Cooler. So actually, this could be really good for us, because we can heal up, right? And then we can also we could take like theoretically we could take both the well we're gonna take the tech, right? If we take Fizz and Tech here, right, we could do extra attacks and heal up at the same time, or take STR and get the support, right, while also healing up. So, but the tech would be nice for the extra defense lower because Gohan himself has like 70. So if you notice why we're not doing that much damage, it's because Gohan has 70% damage reduction. Like it's low-key insane. There we go. Alrighty, so let's take that. Let's take the support orbs, and you know what? Let's take because we do this, we get a. We don't have to worry about a crit super, right? There we go. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe we shouldn't have used the giant. I don't know. Actually, looking at how much we're taking, yeah, probably. Oh, but wait, he doesn't have a super, yeah. So actually, we probably could have saved the giant form then. Shoot. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because we're going to giant form next turn anyways with Metal Cooler, so honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. But Loki healing up all of those attacks here with the Metal Cooler as we super is nice. Yeah, okay. I'm a little worried about the next turn, though. We're not in a great position next turn. It's going to depend on how the rotations play out. There we go. Okay, crits would be really helpful right about now, especially with his high damage reduction. Okay, 72. Dang, I was hoping we'd get a little more there. Alrighty. Okay. So let's just go ahead and pop that active. Not that it's going to do a whole lot, but... okay, so... I think we're okay here. There's more attacks in slot 2, so... Get him built up a little bit more. 23 mil. Putting him in slot 1's a little bit risky here. I'm honestly not sure how much we're going to take. There we go. We get an additional super. Honestly, it's just about damage at this point. Excellent. And we get the dodge. Oof. Okay, but we do live. Okay, good. And then now we go into Cooler's giant form. Perfect. Now, actually, this is probably going to take a while. This not going to... Yeah, we're not going to do hardly any... Well, we do have guaranteed crits while in giant form. Right, let's grab that. Okay, so we'll come back when we're out of the giant form. Okay, so we got 3 turns of the giant form. Didn't really do much. And we are down to 1 HP here. So let's take that with Goma. We'll take this with Cooler so he can get the heals on super. And let's just pray we get our... Okay, alright, well, we're good. There we go, 96 mil. So this one's definitely a little easier to no item if you don't have the new units, right? Especially if you have Goma, he kind of makes this very, very easy. we go. Friend Metal Cooler still helps though, right? I think for both missions, using a Friend Metal Cooler is the best approach. There we go. Okay, and now all we need is a bunch of crits on Cooler here to deal big damage, and of course get our... Okay, I need crits. We need crits. What is going on here? Why do we not want to crit? There we go. Okay, at least we're fully healed now. All right, we can't be missing these supers, man. We are so close to the finish line. I feel like we're at any moment we could trip up here. Oof. Okay. Alrighty, so I think what I'm gonna do here is go into Gogeta. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go into Gogeta here. There we go. And then we'll float off Golden Frieza. Just because he's kind of he's past his usefulness here. Hopefully, maybe we can do enough here. 37 mil. Crazy thing is like, this is such high damage reduction, but he's still got like 900 mil HP, like just under a million. Like, it's crazy. I mean, at least he doesn't super. I'll give him that. At least because I feel like a lot of those fights where, like, you know, you have those bosses with guaranteed crits, and then you also have to worry about their super. At least here you don't have to worry about the super, which is nice. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. We are so close. Oh my goodness. We are cutting it real close. 14 mil. We just did not get the amount of attacks that we wanted with this guy. Okay, we get the dodge. Okay, so I think it's going to come down to Metal Cooler and Goma on the next one. There we go. Additional super. Oof. Okay, alright, but we're living. Ouch. Barely. We're living. And now we lose all of our HP. Jeez. Okay. Let's take this. I don't trust Goma because I think we're past his dodge, right? Which means if he gets hit, he's going to explode here. So I think we got to bank on Metal Cooler. There we go. Okay, perfect. And now we get that Dokkan attack, and we wrap this up. Gonna go all out. All right, and this should do the trick. Watch it not kill, though. See what I tell you? This dude's damage reduction is ridiculous. There we go. Alrighty, so there is Kid Gohan down with 6 terrifying Conquerors. A little bit of a toughie if you don't have the new units, but definitely not nearly as bad as the Triku fight. So hopefully you guys like the video there. Hopefully this helps you guys out if you didn't pull any of the new units. Definitely same strategy as the Triku fight. Run a Metal Cooler Friend will help a lot if you can maintain those tech orbs just for the lower defense, right? Make it easier to get past him. So, guys, that is it for our video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what teams did you run to clear the 6 terrifying Conquerors mission. Do you have the new cooler? Do you have Beerus? Do you have, oh, well, he's not on terrifying Conquerors, but do you have Beerus? For the movie bosses mission on the other one? Do you have Cooler, Turles? What teams are you guys running to clear these missions? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.